Okay, hello again. So, in part two of my lecture today, if you remember, I asked you to uh, design a program which, first of all, shows a piece of instruction to participants to read, and then they should press spacebar on the keyboard to continue, and then they have to read a question and answer that question. So we did the first part of our program. That is, we made PsychoPy show our piece of instruction and then get the input key from participants. Now we need a new routine, that is a new set of activities consisting of, let's say, a question and answers, as well as participants' responses. So we come to the flow section on the lower part of PsychoPy, insert routine, new. So we are adding a new routine. We call it a name, for example, question. Okay, then it asks us where to put this routine. Before instruction, definitely no, it should be after instruction. And then when you click on the pink box, it's empty, and we need to define the activities. So the first activity is showing the question. So because question is a form of text, we click on the text icon on the right. Okay, again, we should give it a name, for example, question stem. Again, we should give a value for the time. If it is 0, it means that from the very beginning this question will appear, which is right, because we need the question to be on the screen as soon as they press the space button. And then the stop section should be on condition, because participants will press one of the keys on the keyboard and then the question disappears. So it should be on the condition. Again, we can change the color, font size, or font type, or even the position, but we do not change them. In the text box, you can type your question. For example, Sarah always blank to school by bus. 1 go, 2 goes, 3 going, 4 go. To go. So this is a very simple question, and then we click on the OK. So now the question is shown on the screen. It's time to define the input key. So we click on the keyboard icon on the right. So we call it a name, for example, question response. Again, from the very beginning, as soon as the question appears on the screen, they can press the buttons, no problem here. Stop condition, because they are pressing the key. Force end of routine, yes, because when they when they press the button, we should go to next question, or we should proceed. So what are the allowed keys? Definitely we should remove them. So we define some keys in advance and label them for participants. For example, we can define that A is 1, S is 2, D is 3, and F is 4. It means that whenever they press A, it means that they have chosen the first option, S is the second option, D is the third option, F is fourth option. And we should of course label the keys in advance. The reason why we are doing this, I will discuss it later, but it's better to use this format uh, for participants to answer. And then it stores the last key they pressed. Because it is a question, it might have a correct answer, so you can add the correct answer here. The correct answer was the second option, if you remember, goes. So in our case, the second option is S. So it means that if participants press S, it stores 1, which means true, and if they press other keys, it stores 0. It means that they have responded incorrectly. So this is something that we will see in the results file. We click on the OK button. So now we have defined a question and response key, and we can also add a new routine, which is, for example, end message, and we can add it to the end of our program. It can show, for example, end message for 3 seconds. For example, it can say thank you, and then OK. That's it. So for 3 seconds, thank you appears on the screen, and then the program ends. And now let's see how it works. First of all, we should save this. Let's save it somewhere in our computer. Let's save it on our desktop. Test. To run the program, you should click on the green running man on the top. So when you click on it, it takes time, and it links to this window, so which is runner window. So you come to this runner window. Again, you click on the green running man. It takes time, especially if your computer is not a modern one like mine. Okay, we are still waiting. It's completely okay. Okay, and then a new window opens here. So it asks us to enter the participant name. We usually do not put the name of participants. We usually give them a unique code. Let's say P10101, and then OK.